So we're back again with a steroid related video. You guys love these steroid related videos, don't you? But anyway, again, no science involved here. We ain't bullshitting, beating around the bush. This is first-hand experience from me, yours truly, tried and tested with many clients, myself included, and learned from the best. I'm not going to mention no names, but listen up. If you're on this video, you're here to learn what is the best bulking cycle for a beginner. This is a beginner cycle only. It's not advanced steroid cycle, because I do not want to get into that right now, especially not on YouTube. Maybe later, but not right now. What's the best bulking cycle that I tried? I've tried many bulking cycles. I did the oxys, I did the sus and deck, I did the sus and deck with the D-ball. Dangerous, bro. Stay the hell away from it. And just as a disclaimer as well, this is not advice, this is just what I have done in the past. And bear in mind, I am a very safe guy. I'm one of those guys who always uses protection when it matters. And the main thing for me when doing anything steroid related is what is safe. If it's not safe, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't one of those guys that's like, oh, this is going good. This sus and decker stack's going good. How about I double it? I ain't one of those guys. So the biggest cycle that I've ever done for growing muscle. I'm not going to get into the training too much, but lift as heavy as possible. If the food is right, here is the cycle. Listen up, take a pen and paper and note this down, because you'll be getting this advice for free. Okay. Test and anthe is the base. Always the base for me. Any good cycle always starts with test. I meant to say stack and cycle there. Cycle. Right. So any best cycle. Yeah, I might call it a cycle. Yeah. Any best cycle. Test and anthe. At this moment in time, I was my strongest. I was my biggest. I was my leanest. I will insert a picture here somewhere just to show you guys. I was 98, 99 kg body weight in these pictures. The biggest bloated I've ever been. But lean at the same time. I was taking 500 milligrams. Yes, this is a heavy one for me, guys. Heavy one. 500 milligrams of testosterone and anthe once a week. Split over 2 doses. At that time, I was splitting it in insulin pins. So I was doing 4 jabs, 2 on Monday, 2 on Thursday. 250 milligram on Monday, 250 milligram on Thursday. Test and anthe. I was also doing 400 milligrams. Yes, this is heavy. 400 milligrams of EQ. Same again. Monday, 200 mg. Thursday, 200 mg. So I was stacking those 2 steroids together. And then the third thing that I was doing to get absolutely massive, and that was 20 milligram of D-ball pre-workout on training days. I didn't take anything on days off. So days off, no off the gym, no training days, didn't take any orals. Now, that is the stack, the muscle building stack. Alongside that, I was doing Proviron at 50 milligrams per day as an anti-estrogen. That is all I needed at the time. 25 milligrams in the morning, 25 milligram before bed. That's how I split my Proviron up. Did not take any AIs. Did not take any aromacin, letrozole, tamoxifen, whatever that people, you know, claim to have nowadays that helps bring the estrogen down. The truth is you need estrogen. You cannot have a mass building cycle without estrogen. And for some reason, in recent years, people have somehow forgot that estrogen is very important. Now, yes, we need to combat estrogenic side effects like bitch tits and, you know, oily skin and blood pressure and water retention and all the rest of it. But if you diet right, like I did, I'm not going to go into the diet right now, guys. Come on. Can't expect everything off me for free. Links in the description for that. If you diet right and you train right, do the right amount of cardio, because you've got to look after your health if you're on a stack like this. It's almost a gram a week of test in total. That was my heaviest thing. I always thought a gram a week, that's like the holy grail for a guy who was at the time wanting to be a bodybuilder. That was my goal, remember. It wasn't a gym bro. This wasn't a, I want to go on holiday to Ibiza and look ripped and big. No. It wasn't none of that. I was way past that, long time. This was, Let's see if I've got what it takes to push it to the next level. And you guys follow me, you'll understand, and you know I've mentioned this before. The reason why I couldn't push it beyond the level that I got to was because I simply couldn't eat, bro. I'm a bitch when it comes to food. Now, I got good genetics when it comes to physique look-wise. I got good genetics when it comes to not adding muscle. Not adding fat. I can add muscle when I want to, where I want to. I was very strong in the gym. Test me, bro. I dare you. I dare anybody to test me, bro. Test me, and you'll know. Almost swore there. You'll know what I'm talking about. But when it came to the genetics of eating, I've sat there with guys smaller than me, half my size, and when it comes to eating, they're shoveling food away like it's nothing. I have a very few close friends of mine who are animals at the table. Animals at the table. We'll go there and I'll be like, yeah, let's see what we can. I'm like, yeah, bro. And I'll you know, being the testosterone jockeying for position alphas that we are, yeah, come on and let's have a competition you can eat. And I lost every single time, bro. Every single time. And don't get me started on when we go on holiday together and there's a few of us and we're like, right, let's see who can eat the most today. Back in the days, I'd be like, yeah, let's go for it. After meal 2, I'm like, yo, I'm done, I'm out. I'm out of competition, bro. I'm throwing myself out, I'm finished. I'm not a big eater, bro. I'm a bitch when it comes to eating. Very, very simple. So, the reason why I couldn't continue doing what I wanted to do was because of the eating. Now, I knew mentally if I really wanted to, I could have pushed it. Could have pushed it, pushed the envelope, had more liquid calories, had more this, had more that, but I knew my body was telling me, Fadi, you do not need to be this big. We are not built to be. Use your strengths, listen to your strengths, listen to your body, guys. If your body's telling you it does not need to be this big, there are signals, there are signs. One of them is being bloated. One of them is having indigestion. One of them is not being able to eat past 3 meals. I was pushing to 4 meals, but on a regular basis, I was getting to 3. So therefore, let me make those 3 bigger. Let me make those 3 denser, more nutritionally, calorifically dense, if you want to call it that. I was doing everything. Wasn't working. And trust me, I know I could have gone and pushed more, but at what cost? What expense? What else would have gone if I'd started pushing there? I'm not saying I was on some pro road or anything like that. Don't act like, you know, Fadi could have pushed it. No, bro. You got to know your limits in life. You got to know what you're capable of doing and what you're not. I knew where I fitted. I knew what I was good at doing, and I stuck to it and doubled down on it. And then the thing that I wanted to do, and my body was saying no, I listened and said, okay, you know what, bro, this ain't for me. And that's advice to many bodybuilders out there that, guys, sometimes don't kill yourself for this support. Unless you're going to become a millionaire and you think this is a fast track to millions. Don't do it. Stay smart, stay safe. Anyway, that is, in my opinion, the best, safest beginner bulking cycle. When I say beginner, let me just explain a few things. Beginner in the sense where you have done at least 2 years on steroids, on a lot less gear than that. Then you can start to introduce this. In fact, you know what? Should I even call this a beginner cycle? Because let's be honest, this was not a beginner cycle for me. This was more than an advance. For me, this was the peak of my bodybuilding, powerlifting journey. At the peak. So this might be a beginner cycle to most guys, but this was the peak for me. So I'm not going to call it a beginner cycle. So if you watch the start of this video and I'm calling it beginner guys, I will take that back. I apologize. If you've only watched that bit and gone off, then I apologize if you don't watch the end of the video. That's why you should watch all the video. It's not a beginner sack. It is a very, very serious thing. And guys, remember, this is no joke. There are certain effects, certain side effects from this amount of steroids which are irreversible. I'm not saying I had any of those, but it can happen. It can happen to people taking a lot less. So this is no joke. Do not play about with steroids. This isn't something you should just try to see what's happened. I'm giving you guys the advice because I don't want you to do anything crazy. I'm giving you this is the best advice. So I don't want you to think, well, 1 gram of test is normal. It's not normal. I know big dudes, 120, 130 kilo dudes that are on a lot less than that. So do not think that that is normal. Just because there's a lot of guys on the internet nowadays saying, I'm on a gram of tren and I got massive. Bro, it is not safe. You are shaving years off your life. So I'll take that back right now. I'm not even going to put it in the title. This is by no means a beginner steroid cycle. Hopefully this gave you some value. And please remember, this is just advice to myself. It's not advice to anybody else. But if you feel you want to copy it, let me know how it goes. Comment down below. Like and please subscribe.